everyone. We are back out at Bahia Falsa for a few days just to enjoy being at anchor and the peace and quiet. So I'll talk more about provisioning and shopping here in Mexico. As I got to thinking about the topic of provisioning, which ultimately revolves around the dietary requirements, likes and dislikes of the crew, I realized there are no hard and fast rules. Some boat crews want the same foods they are accustomed to eating, and I have known people that search high and low to find that familiar taste. Lee and I tend to be adventurous in our culinary explorations and try to eat like the locals wherever we are. So what is this strange-looking vegetable I am preparing? It is a chayote, a fruit from the gourd family and native to Mexico. I had never cooked with it before living in Mexico, and I use it primarily in soups and stews. It is mild tasting, remains firm with cooking, and stores well. It can be substituted for potatoes in stews. Another discovery for me was the machi tomato bouillon cubes, a perfect addition to this day's lentil soup. The last food item I will talk about in this video is eggs. It is customary in Mexican grocery stores for eggs to be sold off the shelf at room temperature. Once back at the boat, we immediately discard the cardboard containers. As a side note, we immediately discard all cardboard packaging, as it is notorious for harboring cockroach eggs. Due to our limited refrigerator space, the eggs are placed in plastic egg crates on the floor in the head, where it is dry and cool, and turned over daily to keep the interior egg membrane moist. Christy came up with the idea of putting a piece of tape on one side of the crate to differentiate sides. We have successfully stored eggs this way for more than a month. However, I can report that if the eggs are not regularly turned, they will go bad, and the result is not pleasant. It has been a long interval since the last video was published, and that was in part due to the unprecedented and much enjoyed family visits. Our oldest daughter and her husband, who are avid divers, had the misfortune of visiting over Thanksgiving weekend during a northern event, and their dive excursions were canceled because of the port closure, a result of the strong winds. Nevertheless, we were thrilled to have them visit, and as always, we experience something new when we have visitors. Our next set of visitors, our friend, my sisters, and Lee's brother, arrived all at the same time, and what a thoroughly enjoyable time we had. Though it is our fourth winter to visit La Paz, we have never been on a whale shark excursion. We went out with Christian and Ivan from Baja Adventure Company. Whale shark tourism is highly regulated by the Mexican government to protect the sharks. All boats must perform a visual check-in at Curumuel with the required life vest for an assigned block of time. Whale sharks, the largest fish in the world, are plankton feeders and of no danger to swimmers, unless, of course, one happens to get in front of or within range of their tail.
Holy Toledo! Oh my word!
In the whale shark feeding area, there is a reduced speed limit to protect the slow-swimming, near-surface feeding sharks from prompt injuries. Once the shark is sighted, one has to be prepared to hit the water and start swimming. We had several opportunities to swim with the solitary sharks. In this instance, because I was holding my video camera, I was unable to keep up with this fellow, who, impervious to my presence, just swam on. It was an awesome experience, and I highly recommend it. Our trip was capped off with a dash over to Punta Colorado at Bahia San Gabriel on Espiritu Santo. Anchoring is forbidden in San Gabriel to protect the coral, and while Ivan idled La Pistacha just off the point, we snorkeled. It was the best snorkeling I have yet seen in the Sea of Cortez. A late lunch at Los Lupones, where Margie and Mike were disappointed to learn they couldn't remove shells from the beach due to the nature preserve status of the island. At the entrance to Costa Baja, we observed M5, the world's largest single-masted yacht. When our youngest daughter visited for 3 weeks over Christmas break, Blondie was thrilled to have someone to cuddle with. Now the holidays are over, the Christmas decorations packed up and put away for another year. In the next video, I will talk a little more about food shopping here in Mexico, food storage on the boat, more on La Paz, and then it will be decision time. North, south, or what? So until next time.